Welcome back to PTRL Season 2, Round number 9 here at the Singapore Grand Prix. This is going to be a wild race. Race of attrition is what we were expecting here. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look back at the standings after round number 8 at Monza. We got a P5 finish after a crazy, insane race. That went ahead and increased our gap ahead to Gold Killer to 24 points. We're in P1. And as far as the constructors is concerned, we are 22 points back of Red Bull and just 1 point back on Mercedes. So we're in this fight. Bit of a development for today's race. The chronically online Gold Killer is nowhere to be found. So starting this race without him for right now, the quali sesh. So we can kind of take a chokehold on the drivers and the constructors if we're able to survive and have a decent finish. So gonna go ahead and keep that in mind for this race. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into quali.
And we are off here at Singapore for our first hot lap. It's a pretty tricky circuit to get your lap time in and valid. Just a lot of places you can run wide and get an invalidation, as we will find out a little bit later on here. But anyway, qualifying is super important. Like a lot of tracks on this second season in PTRL, just difficult to overtake. So that just makes qualifying that much more crucial and important. As we are almost into the second DRS zone, a really tricky spot there. Don't want to clip the wall on your right-hand side and lose a tire.
Oh. I got a little scared there that he invalidated, but he's good. Alright, chicane and high speed left to go. Oh, bumping the wall a little bit, but seems to be okay. Full speed through there. Sets a 129 flat.
Hey, not a bad lap at all. I mean, our personal best would be pole right now. Really put the pressure on ourselves. But currently P5, and our personal best is pole. So we're competitive. We just got to put a lap together. Just need to not invalidate in the first turn.
Reason why I said that was because we invalidated into the first turn 2 times after that first quali run. As we can see, we're under 30 seconds left in the session, so we're going to have to make this one count. Not finding much improvement on this lap yet, but we get a great exit here and we start to improve.
Can be so much quicker through there. It was quicker than our first run. Stick with it.
Almost a 10.5 up on this lap so far. Go slightly deep into that turn 7 braking zone. One of the few overtaking opportunities on this track. And now we're close to over 2 tenths now, so we're finding some more lap time in this second sector. Really riding the curves really well, and we get a massive time jump there on our first lap. 3.5 tenth improvement as we see one nut tuck gets on provisional pole for the time being. See if we can get any more lap time out of it, and we can. Kiss the wall, no harm, no foul, as flat out as we can across the line. P1, provisional pole.
Holy shit.
Berkey! Oh, why was I watching the Bergster? You gotta have faith in the Bergster. New fastest lap at the last gasp. Des overtaking him now. What about Dom? Oh my god! Dude, what in the Christ are we watching in this qualifying?
Dude, I invalidated the 2 before, so I was really stressed on that. Damn. Insane lap. No, that's 4 tenths, bro. That's insane. Alright, so P3, personal best lap, so can't complain about that at all. Hopefully we win. Nah, we ain't winning this. Top 5. We're happy with the top 5 for sure.
So P3 is where we will start here at Singapore. Really happy with that. Improved our personal best time. So really, that was about the best that we can do. If we can finish top 5 here, considering where the Red Bulls are for this race, it'll be a really good result for us in the constructors. So just trying to put together a good finish as the lights illuminate and they are out.
Short light. Here we go. Off into turn 1. Williams seemingly getting a very good start. Here we go. Can we stay safe through turn 1? Kind of. Yeah, actually, seems like we are. The two Mercedes, both. Oh, one has been spun by a McLaren. Please tell me it wasn't. It was not Shawarma. Let's go, Shawarma! Going up the. Okay, what are we doing, sending it there, Shawarma? What are we doing, bro?
As the lights go out, we don't get that great of a start. One Nut Tuck's going to go ahead and peek up the inside and get that move done before we can even challenge him back into turn 3. And Eric, our teammate, had an issue at the start.
Oh shit, your shit's fucked? Okay.
So no downshifts for Eric caused him to spin, so he's going to be starting well in the back. So we really got to lock in here and find a good result. Skipping ahead here to lap number 4. Nova's still behind on the hards, and we're still within DRS of the front 3, so got a nice little DRS train going on. Not really trying to challenge for position anywhere, just going to take advantage of any mistakes anyone might make in front of us, but really just hold position. We're happy to do so at this stage of the race.
Nutta gaining very rapidly on Des. Could have the proximity to make a move either into this turn or the next. Oh, he has Berkey right. Oh, Berkey has spun him! No! Nuttuck into the wall.
So we really closed the gap to One Nut Tuck here. Maybe we're slightly late on the brakes. I don't really think so. And just a couple of little taps caused One Nut to spin.
God damn it. Green flag. I spun out One Nut Tuck by like barely tapping him.
Just the lightest amount of contact made him turn to the right and into the wall. Felt really bad about that one, definitely. Obviously was not trying to do anything like that.
I barely made contact with him, man.
I feel like I've made more contact with other cars and them not have any issues. So just an unfortunate event at a low traction circuit, I guess.
Yep. I just feel bad. Yep, for sure.
So here we are then into lap number 5. We have now lost DRS ahead because of the lack of One Nut Tuck in front of us. So we've got Nova behind with his hard tires, probably about at that crossover point where the hards will start to become better than the mediums that we have on. As he kind of looks up the inside, kind of half-heartedly, we leave the space and hold position for now.
Nova very close to Berkey still. Max Scavenger ahead of Mono. Kind of poking his nose in, maybe not. No, it might have looked like it, but I don't think he did.
At this part of the race, I felt like our tires were pretty solid because we were able to just kind of stay within DRS of the first 3 cars ahead of us, but now without One Nut Tuck, we kind of had to push a little bit to try and close back into that DRS range. Here into turn number 7, Nova peeks the outside, gets a little bit of a decent exit, but just not quite enough to make the effort of making a move into turn number 8. Flying around then on lap number 7, Nova gaining again, peeks his nose in to no avail as we hold him behind for now.
See, right now, if they just... He's poking his nose in again. He just keeps slowing them down. Really wants that 3rd place position, but just not allowing this little train to catch up to the front runners right now. They could easily just kind of maybe DRS swap and catch up to the leaders. Give themselves a fighting chance at winning this race still. Sometimes it takes a little bit of selflessness to be selfish, you know?
Coming to the end of lap number 7, start of lap number 8. Holy moly.
Holy shit, DRS, let's go.
We get DRS. Didn't really think that we'd be able to close up that gap, but maybe our tires are slightly better than the car ahead. That DRS is going to help us defend against Nova with his hard tires, which really will be much better than our mediums at this point.
Retired.
And Sparkashira retires, the only Red Bull in this race tonight for the leading constructor retires after 8 laps. So that is huge for our constructors battle that we have going on. Anyway, on the pit straight here, we're really gaining a lot on Dez. I think his tires are kind of starting to fall off a little bit. Maybe he was pushing slightly harder than we were. As we check our own tire wear, Dez going into this turn is going to lose it, and it's just in a weird spot. I don't really know which side to go on. And so we have to check up a little bit, but we still get a good run on him here with the DRS wide open. We're looking around the outside. He moves over in the braking zone, so we peek on the inside, take up too much curb, and we create some contact.
Ricky gaining rapidly on Des. Nova also hungry behind, has more battery than Berkey. Berkey sending the move late, up the inside. Boom, there's contact, he has spun the two of them. No, Berkster, there's also, I think, kick wing damage. There is.
Just really unfortunate. Picked up too much curb after we had to adjust where we were going to attack as Dez moved over in the braking zone. Really unfortunate. Kind of battling with Smiley here. We're just going to concede it there and let him go ahead as he's on the better tire for the time being. Just an unfortunate situation. Here on lap 10, Smiley and JC are going to battle. And so we're going to go ahead and get a good exit with that DRS open. Not a ton of battery, but just enough.
Berkey gaining ahead of JC18. I think in the same corner that he spun out Des earlier.
And so we make the move stick into turn number 7 here. Going around the outside. Pretty much exactly what we wanted to do to Dez, but to no avail. For obvious reasons. Anyway, moving on here, lap 11, we're going to go ahead and pull the trigger. After that spin, you kind of got to make a decision. And that decision is to undercut for track position. A really clumsy, awkward pit entry, but we don't speed crucially. Go ahead and put on the hard tires. And looking to make them last till the end of the race here for 19 laps. Pit exit is just as clumsy as pit entry, so got to be really careful on these cold hards. But just going to bring them in nice and slowly as we got mono here on our outlap with these fresh hard tires. I would have loved to have passed him going into that tight left-hander, but figured not a great idea, and we're just going to be able to get a good exit on this DRS zone. So just going to wait till the right opportunity, as we do have Dez behind us, who also pit just a lap before us, so got to keep an eye on him.
The Aston Martin. It is actually Berkey, the Haas, on fresh hards. Immediately behind the race leader. If he could just hang out behind him, this could bring him back into the fight for first. The issue being though that he's involved in 2 incidents, may come back to bite him in the butt.
I was maybe 5 seconds back of Dom, and he just exited pit. I'm right with him.
Lap 13, we see the effective race leader on the primary strategy, Dom, exits the pits, and we're right there with him. So
car into turn 3 stop. He's going again.
So we're just going to try and hang with him as best as we can. And then here he sends up a move on Shawarma, which I did not want to do on Mono. And it sends Shawarma out wide, and we're just going to go ahead and capitalize. Thankfully, Shawarma did see us before he fully got back onto the racing line. all good there. We're able to stay within DRS crucially for the time being. And well, like we will see here very shortly, for the time being, is exactly right. Dom is straight up quicker than we are. End of story.
Yeah, Dom is just too quick.
Not going to be able to compete, not going to be able to hang with him. And that's all right. Lap 17 here, we are eyeing up a move on Max.
As Max Scavenger on much older hards. Can he get ahead of him as soon as possible here? Not quite yet. Will now. Is now ahead of Max Scavenger.
A very nice overtaking zone there into turn number 7. We get another one done in Max as we are eyeing up Stephen Beecham on some old hard tires.
I don't know, but Bergster gaining rapidly on Beecham. Beecham, not his threat right now. Just needs to get ahead of him as soon as possible. There he goes. Has gotten ahead. Now racing against Dom. That is his main competition at the moment.
Main competition is generous. Thank you, Fridge, for that. Lap 24 now. A bit of a no man's land type situation for us. No one really around. Superiority is actually now catching. He made quick work of Dez as he's on some fresher, hard tires. And he's going to be eyeing up a move on us. And I'm really not going to fight this much. His tires are much fresher than ours.
Oh my god, superiority. Inside of Berkey. Berkey moaning. Berkey letting him in. Nice and peacefully, nice and gracefully. Carry me to the promised land. Make me finish.
No pause from Fridge. Superiority is going to send it down the inside here. Goes a little bit deep. We kind of got to back off there.
I'll just concede so that way you don't hit me. That's fine. Just go on through, Superiority. Do your thing.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really going to fight that. He goes a little bit deep. It is what it is. We're just racing, but, I mean, he could have found a little bit better situation to go by, but in the end, no problems.
So I'm thinking on the last lap to let Dez pass me. I'm in P3, he's in P4. I made contact with him. Kind of dropped him down the order.
Debating with Eric a little bit after the incident with Dez. And, well...
What do you think of that? Good idea, bad idea? He's 5. Oh shit, what happened to him? Well, wait, where'd he go? Did he... Okay, he's gone, never mind. Yeah. What the hell happened? Alright, well, there goes that idea. I've been debating on it for like the last 10 laps. Yeah, I had a collision with him, and then I had a collision with one nut tuck as well, so I might be... He shouldn't be boxing.
So instead of making things right and letting him through, he went ahead and he DNF'd after having a spin, and I think spinning in the pit lane. Shit happens. But here, we're at the final lap.
Yeah.
And we're going to come home for the time being in P number 3.
Dom crossing first will win the Singapore GP. Superiority trying to spice it up on the last lap, but unable. Second, Berkey third, a podium finish for the Bergster. Could be extending his lead, I think. Pretty certain. Another great performance for him.
Let's go. P3 in the end for now. We'll see. Who knows? I'll probably get... Ooh, I'm 5.098 ahead of Turbo. So if I get a 5-second, we're all right. Really good recovery drive. Let's go. I only had to commit terrorism to 2 drivers, but... Alright, so P3 in the end. Very good points for Haas. Bit of a sloppy race for me. Poor wheel to wheel in a few situations, but shit happens, unfortunately. Hand up on a couple of those moves, but we fighting for a championship. You know, elbows are going to get out sometimes. But no, seriously, definitely my fault a little bit on those for sure. But we will see you next week. I don't know where we're racing, but catch you then. Peace.